Okay, recording started.
Whoa.
Hello everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of the UMF podcast. Today is a very special occasion cuz we have another guest.
Wow,
Um
yeah, Carl Wilson. No,
why
I'm just
don't
kidding.
why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Honor. I am a film and digital media major, just like Philip and Katan.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Tell us a bit more about yourself, your legend, your lore, your
my lore. Yeah.
yeah, your
Well, I'm graduating a year early, which is feels
mm.
kind of weird. And
Yeah.
yeah, people would think I'm like hella old, but I'm not. It turns out I'm turning only 21 this year,
Mm.
and I did not expect to graduate this early. So I just did a lot of did a lot of college classes online in high school, and apparently I got credits I could transfer over, and yeah, here I am now, graduating at the same time as Philip. Yeah.
Which
Oh
amazing
yeah,
news.
that's another reason why this podcast is a special occasion.
Yeah.
Both Honor and I have we finished our classes. I mean, we still need to do the graduation walk, but other than that, we're done. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations, guys. You guys can now join me in the real world.
Sounds exciting.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, man.
Congratulations.
So what are you guys plans after you graduate? Like Honor, Philip, like what are you guys gonna do right after? You guys gonna chill and
Uh,
relax for a bit, or are you guys gonna jump right into like the grind, the the
let's
hustle?
You
start
go.
with our guest.
Yeah, let's start with
Oh, okay.
Honor.
Well, okay. Well, I'm gonna get into some internships, hopefully, because I'm not really the type that likes to like, I'm just gonna take a break now. No, 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 it's cool. I want to just get going as fast as possible and get things done, and also learn more and get more experience in the film world. And I just want to get things going. I hate sitting around and being at home all day. Oh, I'm so sad. I just want to be out there and do stuff.
So I'm sorry. It's just like what you said is like so impressive. You got no slacker blood in you. Like that's what I'm impressed about you. Like you said, you already got so many college credits back in high school, and now you're graduating early. You're like the hustler kind of vibe, kind of
Yeah,
yeah, like
sort of.
like but like specifically, do you like have any kind of internships in mind, like position, or you already started applying or?
Well, I
Mm-hmm.
Well, I applied for a couple of places. I applied for Pixar, some stuff at Pixar and
Yo yo.
Lucasfilm,
Hmm.
and let's see, Warner Brothers,
Ooh.
Salesforce, some other stuff. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. But like you're not planning on like doing like regular part-time jobs on the side before you get those, or like you're just gonna wait for the results on those internships?
I mean, those are for the summer, so hopefully I'll hear back soon. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but that did, but those don't matter. You know why?
Why?
Because I got into a Disney college program, which would involve me to flying all the way to Florida, and I'll
Wait,
be staying there
what?
for 6 months.
Yo, you
Yeah.
got into a Disney program? You got
Oh yeah.
in? Holy
All in Florida.
shit!
Yeah.
Holy shit, guys!
Yeah.
He made it! He made it, guys! He did it! Wait, like, run me down. Like, how do you do it? Like, what happened? Like, when do you
Was
apply
you
for this
apply and
program?
then when?
Yeah, when do you apply for this program?
Well, I applied. Let's see, early this month, and which
Mm.
is March,
Oh, that's pretty
in
early.
case people aren't sure.
That's pretty
Yeah,
early.
and then
Okay.
after that, after I send my application, and they call me, like for a phone interview, like 15 minutes,
Hmm.
and then that's the end of that, and then I will hear back from them like the next day, apparently,
Oh
next day or two. I forgot what.
wow!
And
Wow!
then I got it, and was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And
Wow!
then and then I was just all right, and I got in.
Dude, that's insane. You didn't need to do
Yeah.
like another interview, right? Like a 30-minute full
No, it was just
interview.
one interview,
None.
and apparently, and all
Hmm.
the stuff I planned out, right, like to answer for like certain questions, like, oh, well, what makes you a good Canada, whatever, right?
Yeah,
All those things.
yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I planned all those things out, but apparently they didn't ask any of those things. So everything I answered, I pulled out my ass, and apparently I got in. So I was just like, all right,
Wow, oh my god, that's insane. Oh shit, happy for
like
you, bro.
not like I made it up. Yeah,
Hmm.
but yeah, thanks. But not like I made it up, but like I had to think on the spot. I'm really
Mm.
genuine about. I mean, of course, I'm always genuine about my answers. It's not like I made it all up like
Yeah,
lying,
yeah,
but
I
like
know.
I had to just
You just didn't
improvise and
plan it.
stuff.
You didn't have a plan to how to answer.
Yeah,
Mm.
heck
That's
yeah.
crazy, but what kind of program is it? Like, you're gonna fly out over to Florida? Like, is it similar to an internship? Like, do you get pay or
Yeah,
what's going
pretty
on?
much. Yeah, I got paid. It's not much. It's $16 an hour, but I don't know how many hours and how many
Wow.
days a week I'm working.
Wow,
So it
that's a
depends on that.
lot more than
6 months
I'm
though.
pay. That's a lot more than I'm pay. Holy shit,
Gee. But then like
$16.
I'm also gonna be like they give you like there's like a dorm you all stay in like it's not a
Dude,
dorm like a
that's so
hotel kind of thing.
crazy. That's so good.
Yeah,
You don't
and you
need to
take a
worry about.
shuttle
Yeah, sorry,
to
go.
Disney World.
Wait, what? You get to
No, I'm
go to
almost done. It's
Disney
like
World?
you work at Disney World.
Oh, you meant like.
You work at
Oh, it's like a theme
you're
park
working.
thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
you know how like you see cast members they help you. Oh,
Yeah,
this way,
I know.
parade starting.
Oh,
Those kind of jobs. Like
oh,
the
you get
people
to
who work
do
there. You're
that.
part of that.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you meant
you're
like
not
an
just like.
actual film thing. I thought you meant like Disney
Oh
filmmaking and
no,
stuff.
well no, I did apply for some films, so I didn't get in, obviously. But then like for this one, I got in. I was like, all right,
Oh.
might as well do that first. That'll be a good thing for my resume for the next job. I was like, I'm not really.
Actually,
It's
that's
not like
pretty
when I'm there. It's not like a
good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's not like a baking cookies job. This is like a real deal thing. It's just yeah. So I'll see what I'm gonna get,
Oh,
what position I'll
that's
get soon.
well, that's great, bro. Happy for you. Hopefully
Thank
they don't like take advantage of you during the
you.
program.
I'll make sure they don't.
Man, that's great. But you going to have you ever been to Florida?
No, I always wanted to go to
Wow.
Florida just to see Disney World and meet some.
Mm.
You remember SML, right? Remember how we talked
Yeah,
about SML,
Mario. You want to
Super
meet
Mario Logan?
Mario? You want to meet
Yeah, I
Logan?
wanted to visit him.
You want to
Yeah,
meet
no, I don't know where
Logan?
he. No, I don't know where in Florida he is. But and I was like, oh, I want to go to Florida for that too.
Just
Back
for
then
Logan.
to meet him.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah.
For those of you listening, that's actually listening and don't know what Honor and I are talking about, it's a YouTuber. He used to be called Super Mario Logan. He's a very ancient YouTuber. He used to make like Mario plush toy videos, like and go on adventures. I think the most famous series he did was Mario and Luigi's Stupid and Dumb Adventures, which went on for like several years. Like there's like over 10 parts to it. And then Honor and I grew up watching his videos. I think now he rebranded him because of so much copyright strikes and channel issues and drama. Like I think
He
his
got sued,
channel,
dude.
yeah, and then he now has to change. He can't use any Nintendo characters anymore. So all of his plush toys are like original characters now, which
Yeah, custom made.
custom made. It's so sad to
Yeah,
see what happened, but
see, yeah. Same with SMG4. Honestly, same thing with him.
SMG4. Actually, yeah, another channel, Super Mario Galaxy 64. He's like his old videos are so fun and crazy. And then
Do
I
you
think
remember like
these yeah,
the
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
guards,
Which one?
the guards, and the R word, guards and R's,
Oh, I don't know that. I don't remember that one.
guards and just spell guards and RET later on, and you'll see what I'm talking about. It's the funniest thing ever.
Is it by
But yeah,
SMG4? Is it an
yeah,
SMG4 video?
yes.
Yeah. Oh, wow, I'll look that up later. Actually, I should have done that when I was
Uh,
drunk. I should have watched his videos when I was drunk, but yeah, his newer
oh yeah.
stuff is my God. I try watching it and
I feel kind of dead inside watching that. Like it's just everything's so like just little movements here and there. It's just like kind of dead. Back then, it's all like so much pure action in one. Is like it just never
mm,
stops. It's
I
just so
don't
much
know.
chaos
I
in it.
also don't
But
like how
yeah,
everyone except Mario talks now. It just feels weird. I mean, sure.
I don't want anybody to talk.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want just sound effects and voices and text.
And then
That's what I want.
the memes audios are fun. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Cause SMG4 himself, he voices his own himself, like his OC character, but it doesn't sound good because he's not a voice actor, right? So I
Oh,
don't know.
Mario. He sounds kind of like you actually for some reason.
I think he's Thai, maybe.
Yeah, he is. I found it. Yeah,
I think he's Thai.
but
Yeah, that's why.
oh yeah,
He's Australian Thai
but I
though,
think
like yeah, Aussie Thai.
yeah,
Mm.
that Thai alien or something.
Thai
Thai
alien.
alien.
Terrare. What the?
Hey, Katan,
Australia
weren't
Thai.
you in Australia for a little bit?
No. Okay. So well, yeah, because I went to visit my cousin. My cousin is half Australian, half Thai, half white, half Thai. Because my aunt married an Australian man and then moved there, like permanently to live there, and then they raise a child together. And he's my
Wow.
cousin that I talk to like every 5 years. Yeah, yeah. So
I
yeah,
think,
yeah, yeah. What are you gonna say, Honor?
I think we should. And I was saying, I think we should move on to Philip because I think we've been talking for a little bit,
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
little
yeah.
too
We
long.
kind of we went off topic to talk about Mario videos.
Yeah.
Okay, let Philip. What about you? What are you gonna do after you graduate, Philip?
Honestly, I was getting pretty into the conversation that you guys were having.
We'll come back to we'll circle back later. But like, what about you? What are you gonna
All
do?
right, what plans do I have? Little to none, I guess. I mean, in
You're just gonna
comparison.
wing it. But why don't you? I thought you know, like me, you and I have
Okay,
been
I do have
talking.
some connections. To everyone listening, I am friends with Edward Padilla of Casa 101. It's a Latino run theater, I believe it is. And it was founded by Josefina Lopez, who wrote the play Real Women Have Curves.
Whoa.
You might be familiar with the movie. Anyway, Eddie works there, so I don't know. I guess I'll hit him up, as they say. The other person
Hmm.
I'm friends with is Michael Sanford of Sanford Casting. So yeah.
Mm, cool.
What
I
about
don't know
our
Oh,
anyone.
filmmaking
yeah.
project? What about our film projects, bro? Like that's our plan,
Oh, right.
man. What do you mean, bro?
Oh, you mean okay? Plans beyond the jobs. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anything really, not just the jobs.
Yeah. So we have two films that we are currently planning to do over the summer, and hopefully we're able to do them.
Hmm.
The first is Katan's film, which you called Mind Crush. Yeah.
Hmm. Yes, Mind Crush.
Yeah. So
It's already in pre-production stage, almost off to production, ready, almost ready for production. We just need a lot more just some more planning and casting. But yeah, please help,
he's on it.
please help us. I was gonna ask you, Honor, about are you gonna be in San Francisco the whole time after you graduate, or are you going to
Well, let's see. Up to
Florida?
August when I. Well, I'm going to Florida in August, sometime in August, so I'll be home most likely in San Francisco up to then. Yeah. Well, starting from June up to August,
Hmm.
because I will be obviously staying around campus the whole time till I graduate from the
Oh, when do
ceremony
you
during the ceremony.
graduate?
Yeah.
When do you graduate?
Well, the walk
Specifically.
ceremony is in June. Philip and I already technically graduated after this quarter, so basically 2 days ago we graduated.
Oh yeah, but okay, but you gotta go back to San Francisco after today, right? After like
Well, I'm in San Francisco right now, and
oh
just for spring
nice.
break. And I'll be coming back early April. Hopefully, I could get like a film or two done, like a short film, just
Wait,
exploring my style and
you're gonna go back to on campus
Santa
even though you
Cruz.
graduated already?
Yeah, yeah. I want to do some filming stuff. Hopefully, I could schedule some filming session with some people and make a couple projects. Because originally, when I came last fall, I had about seven to eight projects in mind, and I didn't get to do a single one. So then I was like, at least if I could at
Hmm.
least get one or two done before graduating, I'll be happy with that.
Oh, cool. But where are you gonna stay on campus now that you graduated? Like
my
around
house.
campus?
Yeah, I have an off-campus house
Oh shoot! Really?
nearby. Yeah,
Yo, is that a house or apartment?
yeah, it's a house. Yeah,
What, dude? That's crazy. You bought a house?
yeah, yeah. My roommates and I were among the first people ever to rent this house out. It was very new.
Dang.
It was built in '05,
Dude, how
and
much?
yeah,
How much is
and
it?
it's also the
How
landlord's
much?
first.
How much
Well,
it
for
cost?
singles, well, for the time we're here, singles are 1,500, and there's one master where there's two people, and each of them pay 1250. Yeah,
Yo, you got a whole
yeah.
house to
So
yourself.
yeah, it's the landlord's first time renting out the house too. So it's like everything is very new. Everything is just great, way better than last
Dude,
year.
dude, that's crazy. You got a house.
Yeah,
Oh, dude, like
heck
if
yeah.
since you're gonna be like staying on around campus, I'm thinking, what if we visit you and then we do some scene of Mind Crush there? What do you think, Philip?
I mean, that would depend on honoring the roommates, wouldn't it?
Ah,
What's
damn
my
it!
crush?
Oh, this is my
What's
film, the
that?
one I'm working on. The one I'm working on. I'm planning to film before I go back to Thailand.
Before you tell me what it actually is about, I'm gonna guess based on the title that it's a combination of Minecraft and Candy Crush.
I wish it was, but
Damn,
sadly
that's a
it's
much
not.
better idea. Katan, we gotta scrap your film now.
We don't have the budget for a Minecraft and Candy Crush parody. So sadly,
Very
we
Mm,
don't
okay, we'll
have.
do it in 20 years.
It's basically a story about some guy. He's like he wants to confess to his crush. Actually, no. He wants to confess something to his crush. Bef- when he finds out
something.
that when he finds out that she's moving away, she's transferring to a different college, and their relationship have not has not been that good for a few years, and he kind of want to reconcile and also make up for something he did in the past that he didn't have the courage to
Okay,
do
wait.
it until now. So
So
you can read the
wait, wait,
script.
wait,
You
wait,
can
wait,
read
wait.
the script.
Confess to his crush. Okay, okay,
You can
that's cool.
you can read it. You can read the script. It's in the Minecraft channel. You just gotta scroll up, and then you probably see the
Hmm.
file. Cause like Damaris was like texting on it. It's like, you can do it, King.
Oh, okay, I see. I see a Mind Crush final and a Mind Crush updated final.
Updated final might be the latest. I have so many
And
Uh,
then you're
drafts
gonna
for
do
this
like a
script.
dude. You're gonna do because the way I do drafts of anything is like I do the final name, the original title, and then final, and then I end up doing the last one, final greatest of all time. Final, all in
greatest of all
caps
time.
too. All in
Greatest.
caps.
Goat.
Hey,
Goat.
Katan, maybe you should do that. You had like 19 drafts.
More
Final
like,
of all
I actually
time,
have.
greatest of all time.
I think the exact number is like 5 or 6 drafts. Actually, if you count my initial idea of it, then yeah, it was even more because like the original story was very different. It was like completely different story, and then I was like, you know what, I don't like this, so I changed it. Like before, it was like was easier to film. It was like one location, but like I feel like the story didn't have the punch to it that I wanted
Uh,
to have, and it
okay.
was, yeah. So I changed
Okay.
it.
Wait. So, would you be able to give me like a summary of like the situation between the guy and his crush? Because like you said, his crush. So meaning, does that mean he
Mm.
didn't? The crush doesn't know that he likes her, right? Is that
Yeah, she does
the
not.
situation?
She does
And
not.
so what is he? So is he like an awkward guy around her?
They're like uh they're like childhood friends. I forgot to mention that part. They're childhood friends. They used to be very
Oh,
close, but then as the year went by, especially back during college, they kind of like grown apart a little bit. But it's because of the main guy. He feels guilty about what he did to her in the past, which is something
damn.
she
Okay.
doesn't know. She doesn't know herself that it's his fault. I won't say what it is, but it's kind of
I
his
think there's so many
fault.
scenarios of how that how what happened. But yeah, that's cool. I mean,
Mm.
yeah. So like you said, like drifting apart. So I keep thinking of all these scenarios. Like, oh, the girl would tell the childhood friend, "Oh, nice weather today," and then the guy's like, "Thanks." You know, he's just like, "Fuck, I don't know what to say anymore."
Yeah,
But yeah, I
yeah.
mean, I mean,
Mm.
I would read the script. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
you
probably read the
should
script
read
later.
it.
That's cool.
Yeah, you can read it. Don't worry. Yeah, go ahead. And then I already did the shot list, which is crazy. I finished
Damn.
the shot list, and I might just revamp it a little bit. I might talk to Kevin about it, but he needs to read the script, and Kevin doesn't. Kevin has a hard time reading because that he has dyslexia, so I don't know when I can sit him down to read the script, and so that he understands the story, and then he can look at the shot list and see if it's proper.
Okay,
And then after
that's
that,
cool.
we're
I
gonna
mean,
start casting. Oh yeah, what you're saying?
no, I was like, speaking of shot lists, like Philip, you don't do shot lists, right? You just wing it,
Yeah. Oh
or
yeah.
Yeah,
is it
this
like
has been a
is it like the script that you don't write in the proper format? I don't know which one is
yeah,
which.
this has been a topic of discussion for Katan and I for like a long time. Although Katan, now that I am not going to be in college anymore and can't wing it, I'll write shot lists. That's what you
He
want,
said
right?
it. He said it. He said he can't wing it anymore.
I mean, I
Are you
still
gonna do
can, but I can't do it without like I want my skills to
Repercussions.
improve, right? Like I want the quality of the films to improve, and if I keep winging it, then said quality is just gonna stay
Yeah, you
stationary,
can't be
as it
lazy
were.
anymore,
I mean,
Philip.
yeah, you might cross the line without knowing.
Yeah, Philip.
Well, like, wait,
Yeah.
Philip, do you ever have you ever done those like the bird's eye view version of the shot list planning? You ever? I don't know. I forgot what it's called.
Oh,
Katan might
you
know.
mean where I
Oh,
visualize
oh, oh,
it while I'm
oh, oh.
writing it?
No, 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 no. It's
Katan, you know
like,
how like
yeah,
you
yeah,
wear
yeah,
like
yeah.
circles like to mark people and stuff like a block.
I know it. I know it. Remember, Philip, when we were PAs on a set for Ryan's film, Time Rider, where he his own shot list. He has a shot list, his script, and a diagram of the scene, which is
Oh, you mean
mm,
basically
a
the
map
like
of what
map
how.
looking thing?
Yeah, map looking thing that shows how the scene's gonna look. That's the
I
that's
do
the
not.
I forgot what it's called. I'm trying to find it. Shoot.
Well, since I've never done a shot list, I've never done that. But
oh,
are you
that's
asking
cool.
if I will?
No, he's just asking if we know them. Yeah, I think
The name. I
that's
forgot the name. Shoot, because it's a good habit to do.
it's a good
Ah,
habit to do too because it helps you visualize how you're gonna do everything so that you don't everything becomes more efficient. But that's like very detailed planning. I think I'm not ready for that yet because I don't know how to do the
I had to learn how to do
diagrams.
that in my production class.
Oh, you did? That's crazy.
Yeah,
I
it was
sh-
fun actually. So
oh,
it's
it was
called
fun.
overhead shot diagram.
Oh, overhead shot diagram. Awesome.
Yeah, those are
Can't,
fun actually. It
dude.
gets annoying to you to draw each page, but it's pretty
Mm.
fun.
Oh, dude, I should have. Dude, I should have been in those classes. They would have taught me so much.
You didn't. What did you take?
I couldn't get in. Remember, I couldn't get to 170B. I told you, and then you got
Or have
in.
you? So you didn't take any production classes?
I took 20P during the summer, my last quarter in Thailand online.
Like how about any like 170s,
No,
190s?
I didn't
No.
have time, bro.
What?
I had to
So
graduate
you
soon because my mom couldn't
wait.
Yeah,
pay
So
for
you
it.
graduated.
My
Katan
mom
was
couldn't
like
pay for it
so
anymore.
Katan
wait,
was
wait,
so
wait, wait.
sad that he didn't get into 170B, especially winter quarter last year because I did get in.
Oh yeah.
And yeah,
Oh, jeez.
I that was probably my favorite class in college because
Oh,
it was the most hands-on. And um, this also resulted in Modify being completed. This was Kevin's last quarter,
oh,
and at the time
Yeah.
he was the one that was filming everything. He was the one that would be able to edit Modify the way we needed it to be, where I'm two different characters speaking to myself. Like at the time, I didn't know how to edit like that, but he did. So if I didn't take that class, I am unsure that Modify would have been done at the time it was. Maybe it wouldn't have.
Basically, Kevin save you. Kevin save you.
I'm saying the timing saved me. I mean, he
Kevin
still would have
save
done it. It just would have been.
you.
It just would have been in the summertime.
Kevin
Like, when
save
did we
you.
publish that?
I'm just kidding.
I think it was April. I think it was like April when we finally put it on YouTube. But if we didn't get that done that quarter, then Kevin wouldn't have been able to edit it until summertime.
Wow.
The only not problem, but the only like issue I ran into with Modify, because I planned to turn it into a class, was now it had a deadline. No other film that we had done had ever had a deadline before. And we filmed all the shots except for the ones with the niece character. And on it I think Anna was the one that saved me, honestly. I sent a text to like 40 different people, hey, who's able to do this role? And only, I think, 2 people replied. One was a maybe, but Anna was like, yeah, you can cast me. And I was like, oh, thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
God. Thank God
And we finished
you
her
saved the
scenes in, what
world.
was it, like 2 or 3 days? I think it was 2
Yeah.
days that we filmed her scenes.
Yeah. 3 days.
And then editing, yeah.
And then
So for 170B,
yeah.
when I think of 170B, I think of Modify, because that was the film that came out of it. It had already been planned, but then the professor said, hey, at the end of the quarter, we'd like for you to turn in a film. And I looked at Kevin, and I'm like, hey, we're kind of already working on a film. Do I regret giving us a deadline? Yes and no. I mean, I've already said the reasons, but there it is. There you have it.
Yeah, but I didn't. Yeah, and then I was sad because I didn't get in because they didn't let me in, and then I had to finish.
Racism.
You didn't get in because they didn't let you in.
Yeah, I didn't get. I
Alright,
didn't get in.
wait,
They
Katan
wait,
was
didn't
too
let.
powerful.
wait.
They,
So you graduated without having to take a production class and a senior seminar class?
I had to take a senior seminar class. I took it.
Oh,
I mean,
you said no. I said, oh, any 190s. Like you said no. I said, oh, what?
Oh, I thought you
I
meant the
mean,
170s. I did take. I need to. I
the,
needed to take a
did
one
you
a
graduate?
190.
Did you
So you had to
graduate
take
with the film studies honor? Like, instead of a film production, you got a film studies.
No, it
no.
doesn't
My major
matter.
is
No, that's just a
film and digital media.
curriculum. No, that's a curriculum. No, no, Philip. There's like a concentration. There's a production concentration and normal concentration. That's what Damaris was asking you about. But like, it doesn't really matter if you graduate with a production concentration.
Wait,
Honestly, it doesn't make
wouldn't
a difference.
isn't a production class required?
No, they're not required. That's why I
Huh?
graduate.
That's weird.
It's
Huh?
All
yeah.
right,
That's a
so
messed
I
up
don't
honor.
thing
know. For
about our
me, it was.
major. That's the fucked up thing about our major is that they don't really care about production classes that much. Like you can
I
go
mean,
your whole school career with your whole like film and
Without
digital
making a
media career
film.
without making a
well,
movie. You just you
I'm glad I took it though. I'm glad I took it though.
Yeah.
yeah
Like I
yeah.
said, it was probably my favorite class. Honor, you
There's
said you did 170B?
I did 170B. I did 171A. If that's the correct one, and that's it.
Oh,
this is so
what film did
sad.
you turn, like, the film that you turned in
I'm
at the
so
end of
sad.
170B? Which one was that? Was that the
That
one where?
was. Let me see here.
I
That was the
think
realism one where I filmed with Philip and Curiel. At the end of the day, part of it was me walking over Santa Cruz, the boardwalk, and then at nighttime it was the most hilarious thing I've ever filmed because I was filming Katan and Curiel at the Porter Dining Hall, and then we went to McHenry, walking, and
mm,
then we were just fooling around in one of the rooms. We didn't even do a single thing, and then Katan was just complaining about how crappy the computers are and nothing's working. It's like, is that
oh, I
bullshit? Is
did.
that
I
bullshit?
was. No, no,
Yeah,
we
it was
went to a
funny.
computer room and I got super mad, so I just fucking
Yeah, you guys should find it. I could send a link again later. You guys should just watch it.
no, send
I
it. Yeah,
don't
send
remember.
it.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
never
remember that
seen
one.
that. I never seen that.
yeah,
It's
that's the
so
same class where I made another film where Katan got hit by a truck.
yeah. I got
Oh, and
hit
then
He
by
he
a
fell
fell
car
down
down
the
the
stairs,
stairs.
and I fell down the stairs. Yeah.
and people were commenting, "Why are you like asking? Why were you smiling as you were falling down the stairs?" Like, I love pain. I
He's
love
not a
pain.
professional stuntman.
I'm not a
Oh,
professional
King is
stuntman.
scared.
I wasn't actually pushed down, so
Oh,
like I
Yeah,
couldn't
I had
I couldn't get into
I
the
heard
I couldn't get into character because I wasn't actually hurt. So
no, I made sure
oh,
you didn't get hurt. I had you start at the middle of the stairs and just like roll down.
yeah.
oh, Honor. Another thing that you and I have in common is, I
Yeah, you
guess we
like to
love killing. We love killing
killing
Katan in our
katana
films.
Yeah,
movies.
yeah.
It's so
I mean, no, no,
so
no.
funny.
Well, you actually killed Katan in yourself. I just made Katan get really badly injured.
Yeah. Honor
Like
only
Oh, so
hurt
respect
me,
I
me.
grant him the mercy of death.
Like I was a little bit more
sadistic, a little more
no, like no,
sadistic.
like what's the word? Like a little more like I kind of like
Mm,
let you off easy. Whatever that
oh,
word is, I can't think of it right now. Philip on the other hand is like, no, death is the only
mercy.
answer for you. You know, you're like it's
It's
no,
like
no, no.
it's so because like I don't know
What
like because
what
like
films have
Philip
I killed Katan in?
because a lot
All
of
of them.
the films we made, I think Philip always have himself play the aggressor and not the victim. Because this goes to show his true feelings and his true calling. I'm just kidding.
Well,
His
another thing about characters I write is I don't necessarily not connect. What's the word I'm looking for? Like I don't empathize with some of the characters I've played, and I do
Mm,
that like intentionally. Like if I were to take Modify for example, okay, that one might be a rare exception because I do like empathize with the clones and with the whole, they've never seen the world. But I also play
yeah.
the doctor who, he's the one that's been keeping them in the lab for 20 years.
Oh
Like I do
yeah.
not like his character, but I did play him.
Yeah. He's
Um,
evil, bro.
with the film we did for Alexis, I play this mentally deranged like chess teacher, right?
Actually, that one that's the only one where I actually beat you in in the physical conversation. Actually, right? My
Yeah, one that
character.
wasn't written by me.
See, there's a pattern here. There's a pattern.
However, it was inspired by one
We
that we
did
did do where Katan did die.
that one. Actually, when
I
my
don't know
mom watched it,
what's sorry.
my mom got scared. You got scared.
Like I
Uh,
My
said,
family got scared of it because like it looks real. They thought I got shot for real, and they're like, oh
how
no.
about a betrayal? That one wasn't written by me, but you died, right?
Yeah, yeah, Kevin killed me in that one. So sad.
Yeah. Were you in Butterfly Effect?
No, I'm not in Butterfly. I was just like I was just helping on set, like PA kind of boom operator kind of
Okay,
role.
yeah. Move the piece four. You did die. That was the
Y-
first time we killed you.
The first
Although,
time ever.
if we go by filming schedules, the first project we did was Urbana, and I think this is what started the whole killing Catan trend,
I was
which
already
was kind of
dead. My
accidental.
character was already dead. I was
Yeah,
just a dead body.
I know. We just needed a dead body, and Catan just happened to be there.
I just happened to be there, and
This
yeah,
is
then
what's
everyone else has their role filled, right? Corbin was the
yeah.
like kidnappee, and then Kevin is the camera person, and you're the director and main actor. Trey shows the main actress. You gotta. There's gotta be someone.
Yeah, and
yeah.
then Anna played the mom. Yeah, we just needed someone to be dead, and Catan was just there, and that started the trend. I
Yeah.
think you survived. I think you survived. What's a nice girl like you doing in a college like this,
Well, of
right?
course, because that one there's no violence. I just.
Because it wasn't written by me.
They put him in the background. You know,
Yeah, I was in the background,
Yeah.
but then, what's interesting to me that the only films in on our channel that doesn't have any violence in it, is the ones that are not made by Philip.
oh man. I
Like,
mean, Philip did.
mm,
I have a lot of internal feelings, and I just I don't know. I just
this is your
find ways
subconscious.
to like put them out there,
This is how you express yourself.
usually through violence, and it's not all. I mean, even when I have something that's, in relation to death, it's not always like violent, like hitting people in the head with a rock or something. Like, spoiler for people who haven't seen Urbana, but my character gets shot, right?
Yeah.
And we cut away from that. Like, as soon as I get shot, we cut away from it. Like, I don't dwell on the violence of that scene. And I would
Mm.
argue the most aggressive part of that film would be when Anna's character, the mother, is yelling down at me and insulting me. So even in a film where there is violence, it's not always the most like enraging or aggressive part of the thing, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of the film. Sorry, I forgot the word.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
And
I guess it's just
also,
like they're just sorry, you go.
yeah. Oh, I just wanted to apologize to you, Katan, for killing you
Nah,
so many
don't
times.
worry because like in my film I'll return the favor in my
Oh,
next
thanks.
movie after Mind Crush if I get to do a movie with you guys again in the future because like honestly I don't know if after September I'll able to come back here. Who knows what happens.
Damn.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah. Um,
Someday.
the only film where I like needed Katan to die
Needed.
Needed me to die.
was
For
uh
sure.
was modified. Was modified.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Really?
Modify.
at the end, the clone Barry, or was it Benny? I think it was Benny. He gets a gun, and this is part of his escape. He does get fatally wounded, but he does escape, and he needed a gun to do it, and I needed an explanation as to where he got that from. And the only thing that came to mind was, well, maybe one of the other doctors is one of those that carries a gun, as little sense as that makes. And once again, Catan was just there.
Philip, would have also worked if like Benny just has a knife on him too. He
Yeah,
hides
More
it.
except
spectacular.
I I view knives as much more violent than guns.
I mean, it's
Whoa,
more spectacular to use guns.
whoa.
Go out with a bang.
No, you
Yeah,
would no
I mean,
Philip,
I
but
mean,
like you could have cut away before like you see Benny do anything with the knife to the doctor, and then the next obviously it cuts to him bleeding out after the tackle or something, and then like
that
yeah,
is true, but a gun is a more effective weapon when you're escaping, I think.
that's true, that's true. Unless
On top
unless
on top of that,
your clone
on
is
top of
a
that you have
fighter.
on top of that you have the like bang sound.
Also,
Even though I don't
mm,
show the doctor getting shot, like we don't have any blood splurts on him or anything, you just hear the bang, so like what happened.
well, why don't you also like for the gun thing? But how did Benny kill me and then get the gun though? That's crazy. It's like if because it
Well, if
implies
I
that
ever write like a
it implies that like I have a gun, so I probably know how to use it, and I'm prepared for something like this.
well, maybe he used the knife on you.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Sneak up
know. Do you
behind
want
you.
me to like? I could try writing up like a tie-in comic book. Does it look?
Maybe Benny like I try to shoot you Benny and then he deflects it with his fucking knife. Deflects the bullet with his
I
bullet.
mean, out of all our films, Modify is the one that's been awarded the most with I think 5 now. So naturally, as people in America, we gotta franchise it. We gotta make tie-in comic books. We gotta make a video game. We gotta
So
make
like,
Whoa.
novels, comics, all of that.
sound like the guy from the founder. We got to franchise McDonald's.
Yes.
Well, dude,
Although
dude. You
for
go, you
everyone
go.
listening, I did plan a second Modify. I was debating whether I should do a third one because I don't have an idea for a third one, but I have. When I was doing this, I had an idea for a second one, which I do want to do, but I might just stop it as a two-parter.
You're so funny, bro. So funny.
And then as for movie, I have a trilogy planned. Urbana is a standalone, and as for all the other films, yeah, everything else I think is a standalone right now.
With Katan,
Mm.
as Philip and I in like this past quarter was discussing how easily killable your character is, any character you play is. I realized that all of us, I think maybe you, Katan, I'm not sure. We all have like a bit of Tarantino in us. We all like just a bit of howling, just
Violence.
like violence.
Violence.
It's just Philip always ends his stuff with a bang, literally, and then we were also talking about how Philip was talking to me about how I don't know if he told you he wanted to do like a film where even when you die you just appear in the next scene with no explanation. You just stand, you just stare.
Yeah,
We didn't
You just
do
yeah,
that
that was the
anymore.
I just
original
imagine
idea
the
I had
funniest
for
thing as
his
well.
character
That's
in
for a
movie.
movie, but we
As a
don't do that
movie, okay.
anymore. We don't do that
It felt
anymore.
like a culmination of everything that I had done in Catan, where at
No,
this point
I was
I just kill him multiple
debating.
times in the same project.
I was
Yeah, I said like you.
debating with Philip
I said
about. Yeah.
um, no,
Hmm.
I was telling
Alternate,
Philip like how you were like Tails basically, because like in the games Tails just comes back after dying all the time.
Oh,
He never
yeah,
dies.
that's a mechanic, right? Because like Teo's supposed to be, your
Yeah,
helper, so it's not a
yeah, he dies in one
that's why he
hit.
comes
He dies
by,
in one hit.
and he
Yeah, he
just
dies
comes
in one
back
hit.
to
They just
help you
flies back in.
out. Yeah. I know.
Yeah, so Phil, you just stand there like, all right, what's next? What do I do? You stand there behind in the background, like, in the next scene all the time. But I just can't wait to see what that's like in the movie. That's hilarious.
Oh, but yeah, we're not doing that anymore, sadly, for you.
yeah.
Yeah.
We could,
Catan eventually talked me out of it.
Mm.
Um,
Me and Alphonse
the
talked.
the way we were the way we were filming and the way the schedule was going, I mean I had to change his character to a shapeshifter at one point because I knew we weren't going to be able to do all of his scenes. But
mm-hmm,
before that, he had already talked me out of it. Mainly
Yeah.
because he wasn't sure that the audience would fully understand what like that was a joke. Like he believed that maybe they thought that I, the writer slash director, didn't realize that I had killed him like 4 times in the same
I think
film.
it's more like an
And
inside joke that the audience won't get, right? If like,
beyond I kill you multiple times, I still think the joke could have worked. What the
what was
point
that
that
noise?
event the point that the point that you
What was
made
that
that did
noise?
get me was that
oh no,
I couldn't throw that in there before establishing the rules of this universe. And that's the point that won me over. I was like, okay, maybe I can do it with a different character, like in movie 2, maybe 3. But for the first one, I can't do that in the first one because the rules hadn't been established yet. So I couldn't just throw that in the audience faces and expect them to understand.
It's also
That's
like
what
the
it was.
another
joke
problem I
Katan.
have is that it's like inside joke that like people won't get, and then like inside jokes aren't among writers don't always like gel well with the audience because like they're not in on the jokes because like they don't know the personal
I
lives
mean,
of the
I didn't
writers,
care if
right?
they. I mean, I didn't care if they weren't in on that part of the joke.
No,
The
no,
main joke
no, no,
was
no, 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 no,
that.
no. I know, but like the consequences of that would be that since they don't know that is an inside joke, they would criticize it as an actual plot hole. That's why I was. That's why I try to
Yeah,
talk you out of it.
I know, well, I know, but the joke
It
is
w-
you keep coming back. Like it has
I mean,
nothing to do with how we kill you off multiple times. It's a character. It's killing the character off many times. Like, what's the one that you kept mentioning from like South Park?
I didn't mention it, but it's Kenny from South
Was it
Park.
not you? It might have been Kevin. Like,
No,
apparently there's a character named Kevin.
no.
No, Kenny. I think it's a character named Kenny.
Corbin mentioned
And
it once, and then you
oh,
about
okay.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
and
mentioned how this character Kenny gets killed multiple times, and he just appears in the next
I
scene.
think that's
And I
probably
was like,
also
yeah, that's what I want to
that I
do.
know, but like that's also because like South Park's a comedy. There's like there's like tonal
cartoon.
inconsistency in the movie, unless like unless like you try to go for. I think your movie is still a comedy, so I guess it could have worked. I don't know. You could try and execute it and see how it comes out.
Yeah, I still plan to do it. I just I'm obviously not going to do it with your character. It would have to
No,
be
no,
a
I think the
brand new
problem is
character.
that like the problem with comedy is that like you don't know if it's actually funny until you do it, especially in comedic writing.
Even if it's just like labeled as weird. I mean, that's fine with me. I
What
mean, I
is
make
that?
these movies for me more than anyone else.
Wait, what? Okay, so you make I think it's more like I think should I think art should be balanced at this point. You should be able to make things that appeal to others and yourself at the same time.
This
Which
is true, and I think this is what I'm going to have to shift now that I am done with college. In college, I made films for me, and I just
Mm.
hoped that other people would enjoy it. But yeah,
yeah,
now that I am not
mm,
going to have those resources like at my disposal, I am going to have to start to do the whole half and half thing that you were just mentioning.
no, it's
I
just
think you could do it.
well yeah. What are you all saying, Honor?
No, I'm just saying. I think Philip could do that easily. He's done so many things already. I think he could shift that kind of mindset, no problem.
Oh, you mentioned Tarantino earlier, and what if we just did what he did? We just make a film for the genres we like. Let's make a revenge film. Let's make a western. Let's make a
Mm.
period piece. Let's make a cult film.
That's like that, but that's like a
Maybe.
student. That's a lot of student film traps, though. A lot of them try to imitate Tarantino, but they don't do it as well, and then they just get lumped with the
No,
other
I don't.
Tarantino
well,
parodies.
no,
I
no.
don't like to
I
do
don't
that.
mean let's do it in the style of Tarantino. I just mean like his approach was that
Philosophy.
he looked at
Uh
a lot of genres and tried his hand at a lot of them. Let's
oh,
try that.
oh
Like
yeah,
Maybe.
right, 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 right.
I haven't written a murder mystery. Maybe I should try that.
There's too many.
Um,
Weren't we talking about that last year? We were talking about how like there's so many murder mysteries and they're all the same.
I
And we were
don't
talking about like
remember.
oh,
like didn't we had like an argument about this murder mystery movie like what was that this one with the food that had to do with food? I
What?
forgot which one. Katana and I were talking about it. It
Which
was super long
one?
ago. I know, but we were just talking about
Knives
this murder
Out?
mystery.
Knives Out or
murder
what?
mystery with food.
No, there was this thing that had to do with food, like kitchen
Have to do with
something.
kitchen nightmares?
Gordon
No.
Ramsay, no.
I'm not sure, but
I don't
uh,
know. What do you talk? I don't know which movie you're talking about. Is it a one? Is
Oh,
no,
it one we've watched for class or?
I think Silver Spoon. Is it Silver Spoon? Is that what it's
I
called?
never watched
Silver.
Silver Spoon.
Never mind. Whatever it's called.
Maybe
But
you
yeah.
argue about it with someone else.
it's not a menu.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
because
it's the
it's
menu. The
murder
menu. The
mystery.
menu. We were
The
talking about the
menu?
Oh,
menu.
Oh,
it is
Yeah.
the
that
menu.
one. Oh, right,
Yeah,
right,
the
right, right.
menu.
But I don't think it's a murder mystery. The menu's not a murder
I would
mystery.
call it a psychological murder film.
Yeah, it's not a murder mystery. Like you know who the killer is, the
Uh,
fucking chef and the
Dark
no,
other
drama. I
chefs
don't.
killing like
no.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, that movie sparked a debate in class between Philip and our one of our classmate. His name was Danny. I think he's your
Oh
roommate,
yeah.
right? Your former
Oh yeah. No,
roommate.
it was like my neighbor. Yeah. My
Yeah.
neighbor.
Oh no, not roommate, neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was having a whole argument with Philip because he calls the movies ass shit, dog shit, and Philip thinks it's like like amazing, complex movies.
I
So that,
remember.
like he
Yeah,
said,
Danny
the
was sitting next to
acting
me. He was
is.
like,
No, you go, honor,
Okay,
you go, you honor, you go.
no. I think you remember more about it. All I remember was that I don't know who supported who, but all I know that Danny, just seeing Danny just mad in the argument, it was just a funny thing because I never seen him so
Yeah, I've
like
never
so
seen him
into like
like
an
that.
argument. It's
Mm.
so funny. And then like
I
how he said like he argued with you about like how milk is disgusting. You're like I love milk. And
Oh
like
okay.
right, right. He
There's
hates.
just
He
there's
thinks
just
drinking milk is like immature and milk sucks
what?
or something. I don't. And
dude
then
has
I.
obviously never made brownies in his adult life.
Okay. Anyway. Yeah, yeah. You were. And then he argued with. Yeah,
Okay,
but before that, he was arguing with Philip about the menu, the movie.
all right. For everyone listening, I want to talk about why I think The Menu is a great film from
Ooh.
2022. I'm gonna do it.
Oh,
Katan. I'm
man.
gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, do
All right.
It's
it.
message to Danny.
So, as a film major, I took these characters and I kind of changed them to represent people in the business or who partake in watching, right? So, Chief Slowick and his staff, I changed them to represent filmmakers that grew so obsessed with their craft. Like, think directors who think that they're so great, everything has to be perfect. They're no longer having fun when they're making these films. Everything has to be perfect, right? And at the very end, when Slowick finally like makes a burger, like that doesn't have to be perfect. He enjoys himself for the first time in a long time, and it was beautiful. You have Lillian and her editor, right? And they're reviewing everything, and all they have is criticism. I view these as like film critics. You know, they tear apart a movie so much that they're not enjoying what they're watching. It's a job to them to pick it apart and analyze. The chef's mother is the only one I don't necessarily haven't like translated to anything in the film business. The actor is probably the most literal one. I mean, he's an actor who like lost his motivation, right? Like he's succumbed to greed and is now playing silly roles. He no longer has a passion for what he's doing. Richard, these two, I forget his wife's name, but they represent people who go and watch a movie many times and they can still walk away not remembering anything, right? Like they didn't get anything from the experience. So, you know, why bother?
Like
Bryce
the
and the
three the
financial
three. Are you talking about
bros.
the wait? Which one is the Richard? Oh, it's the old couple, right? The old couple.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
Bryce and the financial bros were hilarious to me because you know they're those Wall Street buddies. Like, you know
Yeah,
who we
Wall
are,
Street,
right?
bro.
Like we kept you open through COVID, bro. Like I thought that they represented, like to me they represented like film studios, right? Who they think that because the money, they're the ones like throwing in all the money, they're the ones
The
like behind the
investors,
scenes.
they're the investors.
Yeah, the investors. There we go. Sorry,
Mm.
investors. Yes, they think that they have a say in how things should be, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Tyler, unfortunately, I think is where I would fall in this metaphor. He loves
He's a
to pick films
fanboy.
apart and
He's a
yeah, fanboy. Like
fanboy.
he finds all the Easter eggs, he finds all the fun references. When it comes to especially superhero films, I'm sorry, but
It's like
that is me. Like I represent gluttony.
it's like you know those videos you see of like hidden Easter eggs in a new Iron Man 4 trailer. 40 Easter egg you miss kind of people.
Yeah, I'm like, did you see that nod between those two characters? That represents this event that they partook in like
And they're
season
like the
4,
fanboys
episode
who think
7.
that just because they're big fans they can actually do the films just as well as the chef. I mean the filmmakers do, which is in the film the
Yes,
metaphor.
and I am that delusional. I mean, I'm a film student.
Yeah. Anyway,
I
yeah,
am an
keep going.
artist. Please don't respect me.
Keep
I
going.
am an
Keep going.
artist. Feel free to correct me. Okay, the last character to touch on is Margot, who just wants good food. And I think she represents the general audience. She just wants a good movie, right? It doesn't need to
The
be
common
like so
man.
exquisitely meticulous in all of its details. She just wants a good experience.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that's why I think the menu is a great film because I took these metaphors of people and just translated them to like an environment that I'm more familiar with, if that makes sense, to a world that I'm more accustomed to.
Which is like a
Yeah.
interesting interpretation. Most people would interpret the film as like a commentary on a more direct commentary on like the food industry and how the pretentiousness of it all, and how far away it has gone. Even though the primary purpose of cooking is supposed to serve people feed people and make them happy and full and fulfill. We have complicated
Yes, that
ourselves and our society in a way that actually do more harm among each other than good.
that is a very fine way to put it.
Y-
Yeah.
yeah.
Even,
Yeah.
even though
Yeah,
Ralph
yeah.
Fiennes did such a great job in the film, could you imagine if it was Gordon Ramsay or what's his name, Oliver?
Oh, if it was Gordon Ramsay, I
Jamie
think.
Oliver,
Oh, Jimmy Oliver. Ooh.
Jamie Oliver, the bald
Jamie
Yeah.
guy.
Oliver. Ooh. But like Danny, our classmate, he was like, no. Well, he didn't say it like that, but he was like, the menu was bad, the acting was shit, the metaphor was obvious and blatant, or
We
something
should bring
along
him
those
on.
lines. What's
We
up?
should bring him on sometime. The next podcast, we should bring him on and see what happens.
And
Oh
just debate
no,
that movie.
it's just debate that movie the whole time. Also,
Yeah, like the whole podcast is
Danny
why-
two
didn't
hours on
like.
average.
Dude, Danny refused. We were on the bus. Kevin and I was on. We were on the bus. Back from watching Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, which was an amazing
Ooh.
movie.
Good
But
film.
then,
Amazing
but we were
film.
talking to Danny about it, and Danny said he refused to go watch it because he's on a 5-year-old.
Okay, see, this sounds like a pretentious person.
Is that the one with the wolf?
He
Yeah, that
sounds like
one.
he's going
That one.
like
I
if
love
he
that one.
is if he is successful in his film career, he strikes me as someone that's going to end up as like the chef Slowick later in his life.
No, the thing is,
Wow.
no, he's been doing a lot of radio stuff. So and he seems to be pretty. He seems to be doing pretty well in that.
Oh, he's a radio.
Thing.
Yeah. He
Mhm.
told
So far.
me he's in a radio club or something. But yeah, he has a very.
Yeah,
I don't know if he
he has
was.
been doing a lot of stuff.
I don't know if he was joking, half joking when he told me that. Maybe he got annoyed at like.
Oh, he was for real.
Oh, when. No, I'm talking about the Puss and Boots thing. The Puss and Boots
Oh,
opinion. Yeah. I don't know if he was half joking or if he like seriously doesn't want to watch films that are animated films because like they're just for kids or whatever. Which surprised
Oh, no,
me.
His reaction
he's more of like a abstract film kind of guy. Like he a lot of films he likes tend to be.
He's a
It's
film
kind of
bro.
like a
He's a
what's it?
film bro.
No, yeah, no. It's more like it takes some time to get used to kind of films. Like he's more into like
No,
the more
there's a acquired
philosophical kind of
taste. No, I
deeper meaning
know.
kind of.
Oh no, I
Yeah,
know what
acquired taste.
he
Yeah, acquired
is.
taste kind of film.
No, those are films
Yeah.
that like film bros like all the great films. Cause like my taste, like I understand his taste a lot. Cause like I watch a lot of my favorite creators are like, some of them have his taste. Or like when we're in the same class, we would talk about the same films.
Hmm.
Which Honor doesn't get sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, well, that's true because I'm more of like an action kind of guy and sci-fi dude. You know, you ask me what my
Yeah.
favorite movies are, I'm like, oh, Back to the Future.
his reaction to the menu makes me think that he's somewhere between Margot and Lillian.
Lillian.
Is there for a nice experience, but then walks away just being overly critical.
Oh,
But like I think he's a
That's another.
he's a filmmaker, he's a film student
Okay.
kind of guy. You
One thing
know. What's up?
or fear is I will get to like I do fear getting to a point like if I'm successful, I fear becoming pretentious. Like I don't
okay.
like right now in my sane state of mind, I want to put on record that I do not want to end up being someone that's like so into himself, so egotistical. I mean, I do want to believe in myself and I want to know my self-worth, but I don't want to be egotistical. I don't want to be pretentious. I don't want to think that I'm all
I think
that.
you just need to. I think it's just you need to stay calm when you are really successful. Like stay calm. You know you're doing well, but you gotta keep your cool and just remember like your main goal is to entertain and not show people like, hey, I'm the best. Just
I'm the
the way
flex.
I would go about it is just to just focus on like how you started, like where you came from, all that stuff. And I think it's just to keep like be real with yourself. Try to not like an image, like a false image kind of thing. You know.
Yeah, I think this is why I took to Bo Burnham when Katan like introduced me to
Bo
that guy.
The Danny.
Not in
Burnham.
person to everyone listening. But he showed me like the songs "Art Is Dead"
Art
and
is
"Welcome to the Internet," which
dead.
was just so real. And I respect this guy not necessarily liking how he came to fame.
Mm,
Like I respect it. He's famous, but he kind of dreads
he
that other
regretted
people
it.
will follow in those footsteps and like they will just fall into this insane world without knowing how to handle it and
Yeah,
people just
exactly.
rushing to get that high for lack of a better
Especially
word.
yeah, especially when like the rise of social media and the internet has made everyone it's possible to be a celeb. Everyone can be a celebrity now. There's a term called I found out at work called UGC, which is uh user generated creator,
What's that?
who's basically it means that you're also a consumer and a creator at the same time, because like social media has given means to anyone to create
Uh,
content, right? So anyone can like aim to be
yeah.
famous and be part of that world, be a creator of media, while also be a consumer. And since like this
Mm.
social media is exposed to kids at a younger age, they can be involved in this world, in this reality, and they don't know the repercussions of it, of like being so involved online and all the
Yeah.
risks and danger that comes with it, because we're not ready and adults are not prepared for it, because technology has advanced so fast that there's no regulations for all of it. We're not ready. Everything's
Yeah.
too
No.
fast, and then it's just everything that just benefit uh this the things that only benefit anyone in this situation is the advertisers, the corporations, the big
uh,
corporations, the
there's
companies,
also
the colonizers. They're colonizing lands, and now they're
Oh.
colonizing your
Oh.
attention span.
beyond
Oh my goodness.
beyond oh sorry, go ahead.
No, we're
What?
done.
Okay, so beyond all of community engagement, creativity, and diverse perspectives, but I would also argue that beyond all the repercussions and cons that you've mentioned, there's also, like misinformation, hate
Oh
speech,
right.
cyberbullying, privacy violations, copyright infringement, radicalization and extremism, psychological effects, manipulation, exploitation,
Mm.
and eventually the
Yeah.
erosion of trust and credibility of anything, really.
Dang, we got a
Yeah.
Wikipedia guy here,
Yeah, sorry, I know I just threw like a whole
No, I mean
Mister
those
Wikipedia.
make sense.
threw a
No,
whole
no,
lot of
Philip,
words
what
at
you
you.
just said makes perfect sense. That's the world we live in now, where like misinformation is so. I mean, propaganda has always been the case, but this time misinformation, like we have so much wealth of
It's like
information that
at your
it's
fingertip.
yeah, it's at your fingertip, and anyone can do anything.
Yeah.
There's less and less
Yeah.
repercussions
You ever seen?
for putting misinformation out
It's like
there.
it's like Bo said, everything, everywhere, all of
Mm-mm.
interest you, and can I interest you in everything, anywhere, all of the time, like that. That hits hard.
Yeah. You ever
Mm.
seen those like ridiculous life hacks? It just turns out it doesn't work, or it's just very dangerous. It's always like misinformation stuff.
Dude,
And my
dude,
sister, well, I
yeah.
have a little sister, right? She always shows me
Mm-mm.
this stuff. Well, what?
Mm. No,
What were
you
you gonna say?
go. No,
What?
you go. Sorry, you go.
Oh wait, no, no, yeah. So I have like this little sister, right? And then like she always shows me, oh look at this what I learned. And I tried to do this life hack, and she does all these things like, dude, just an easier way to do all this stuff. Who taught you to? What you learn? Oh, YouTube Shorts. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I think yeah, it's misinformation. That's a big deal. So much stuff on there, and like you heard, like I'm sure you guys heard like the iPad kids, right? They're just on it
Yeah,
24/7.
yeah.
You don't know what they're seeing. You don't know what they're consuming. Yeah,
It's dangerous. It's like it's also
we're
in
like
Bo's
we're
song
like the
too. Mommy gave you an iPad. You were barely two. There's a lyrics in that. But yeah, like
there's a song.
oh, I can show you the song later. But there's
Oh,
just
okay.
something fucked up about like letting kids go into exposed to this world of so much possibility
Like
and so
early
much
on,
danger.
yeah.
Yeah, and they can
like just curious,
differentiate vision reality. Sorry, what?
we're like the flip phone kids. We're not the iPad kids,
Mm.
but speaking
Mm.
of that though, like I think let's say like I think maybe we could kind of change the subject, kind of like maybe move a bit from the film, a more broader kind of topic. So now like we're talking about, I think I'm just curious, like if or when you guys have kids, right? What will be the earliest age, or what age would you guys some sort?
While I don't often advocate to raise your kids the way you were raised, usually because people who are raised in a negative way take that and run with it. I mean, I was raised
Mm.
great, I think. I mean, I turned out all right despite being weird. But I have a phone until my first. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, when do
I
you?
mean, I
Sorry,
didn't
you
have
cut
one in
out.
elementary school, and
When do
then
you
for
have
middle
phone?
school,
When do you
my
have your phone?
high school
Oh,
was
that's
my
pretty
first
good.
year having a phone.
That's actually
Freshman year.
really
'Cause-
good. That's really good.
yeah, because elementary school I was too young, and then for middle school, I mean, my dad worked at that middle school, so
Like
there was
freshman
no
year.
need for a phone, I guess is what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
grew up with like board games and stuff.
So like
You
freshman
know,
year.
I
Right.
like board games. I like
Mm-mm.
playing Go Fish and War, Candyland,
I
Yeah.
think my case
Easy.
is
I
worse
mean,
than
that was
you.
fun too.
I think my curse is worse than you because I got my
What is it?
phone in like, I think grade 5 or grade 6, pretty early, like late
Jeez.
elementary, and then middle school was, I got addicted. I got addicted to my phone and the internet because of, this is a pretty heavy topic. It's because of YouTube and pornography. I was already really addicted
Mm.
to YouTube from a young age because like I was allowed to use a computer when I was in elementary, and then also was allowed to watch a
Yeah.
lot of YouTube on, because we had a smart TV, and then
Wow.
I could watch YouTube on the TV like pretty early on. I think I was already 10, 11, and I feel like it kind of.
Hmm.
I mean, sure, it let me get exposed to like the same stuff you were watching on, or like SMG4, Super
Yeah.
Mario Logan, but like yeah, I was exposed to internet. I've been brain rot by the internet from pretty young age. What about you, Honor? When do you get your
Well,
phone?
I wasn't. Well, technically, I was given my first personal phone until I was 12, and then at the time,
Mm,
the first 2 years, I didn't really use it for anything else other than
mm,
occasional like catch app games, and mainly communicating with my parents, or just posting like different like stuff on Facebook. I used to only use Facebook back then. I didn't have Instagram back before
yeah.
high school, and a lot of stuff I usually just post like just typical things that we used to post. People used to post back in the day, like oh rainy day, yeah, yada yada, all that stuff. It's just I never wasn't really too addicted at the time because my mindset already was that I'm not gonna be like these stupid kids, look at the phone all day long. I only used it mainly at my mind was usually just like for communication mainly and stuff like that. Not I never really had a thing where I never asked us like any of my classmates, what's your Facebook page? But like mainly it's mainly to keep up with my family and stuff like that. And then it
Mm,
wasn't until high school I think it got really addicting only because and then I'm not gonna expand from there, but just certain life events, and then that's my only outlet. I felt like there's nothing left in this world, and the only thing I could do is just watch YouTube and keep myself entertained. But then over time, I realized, like I think late, like right before high school graduation, I realized I kind of grew in a way where it's like I don't have much of a life on social media go on there unless I have someone to post or someone to talk to. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's just
mm.
how like I grew in that technological. I think that's why I feel like if I since the fact that I didn't grow up, you know, too young with a phone, I think it's like later you you allow your kids to have technology. I think the better it is because when you give them like access to they feel like that's just part of the life side of that. And I
Mm.
met a lot of people who are like that, and I kind of feel bad for them. I try to help them like get out of that, but a lot of times they just can't help it. So that's why, and because like because of my grandparents and stuff, right? I learned to like appreciate nature and different kind of stuff, talk to people, all that stuff. That's before I had a phone. That's like during the air already get exposed to that too early. I did get a computer though when I was like 7,
Mm.
and I used to watch all these Sonic Shorts, play Flash games and stuff like that. That was my first exposure to like the internet and stuff. But the phone wise, yes, it wasn't until I was like 12 years old.
So yeah,
An-
as for kids,
Another thing that
oh,
oh,
what you're
sorry.
saying,
Good.
Philip? What
I
you're
was gonna say,
saying?
as you
Yeah.
guys were talking, you remind to throw in there. My high school did not have good
Oh,
reception. I mean, it had Wi-Fi, but you know how it
Mm.
had the whole agree to the terms and
yeah.
conditions, and I was always scared by that. So I also like didn't watch YouTube or anything while I was at school.
I
So
mean,
I only really
same. Yeah.
got onto YouTube with something. Yeah, I only really got onto YouTube when I went home, but I had homework,
Same.
and
Same.
when I got home, I preferred to like watch King of Queens or something. Or
Mm.
wasn't
Hell yeah.
it
Mm.
wasn't until like COVID to YouTube as much as I am now, and I mean we weren't social. I wasn't able to socialize with a
Anybody?
whole lot of I used to really. So
Was it
yeah,
because
that
of
really
COVID? You
messed
said
me
because
up.
of
And then I
COVID?
learned that I'm
Sorry.
yeah, and I learned that I can actually do pretty well on my own. Like I realization was my drug, but turns out I didn't need it, and then I got used to being alone. And I don't know. Every once in a while, I still struggle just a little bit with the.
Like, what do you mean, like,
With
exactly?
what? With what?
Yeah, well, I
What
mean,
do you?
like despite despite having been in college these last few years, I've only gone to I think one or two parties.
Oh,
I can only really think of one. I think I went to a second one, but I don't think I
oh.
stayed.
I've been to none.
I think the issue.
I'm calling you sane.
I think it's. I think the issue is not just like you feel forced to go to parties and like hang out with people you don't know, but it's also like having a community of individuals that love you, care for you, and you also care for them. There's mutual trust, love, and you support each other. Like, and that kind of is
Yeah,
that
didn't have
like
It's a
any
little
of
hard to find
that.
that physical
nowadays.
connection. Yeah, that physical connection is kind of lost during COVID, right, where everyone has to stay away from each other, and now that
I kind of feel
the world has gone through
sort.
COVID, um, the
From avoiding
infrastructure,
negative people to
Well,
avoiding positive people to avoiding people in
kind
general
yeah,
of.
to
yeah, the
avoiding
infrastructure is
life.
now
Well, the
that
thing
And
is,
you.
like,
Oh, what
now we
now,
just
Honor?
live in a void.
What now, Honor?
the thing that I was saying, like, quarantine.
Hmm.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, quarantine. I mean, I never really had like a group of friends after middle school, so I was pretty used to it. But the thing is, I didn't like it. Just because I was used to it, I wasn't. Just because I was used to being alone, I didn't mean I
Yeah,
liked it. But then
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just now
yeah.
I'm just used to being alone. But then the thing is, like, you actually, Katan, were like the first. You were the first guy
Hmm.
since the time I graduated middle school that had the same exact kind of humor, the same kind of like insult, like kind of thing where we know we're both joking, even then. That is so hard to find that now. That kind of same similar connection nowadays, because now
Hmm.
it's this certain kind of like humor I can't really identify with. I can't really tell what it is, but these like very cringy stuff that I can't really identify with, and I think it's hard to find. I understand. Like I don't know if I understand Phil.
Hmm.
I find it personally still kind of hard to connect with some people, but I think it's mainly because I don't have too much in common with them. I don't really
Yeah.
go along with those trends. But then the party thing though,
Hmm.
really busy all the time with work. I mainly spent most of my time working, while most of the people I knew who party, they mainly they put their work last. They put their education last. Partying is the first
The
opposite of
priority.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, priority.
All I'm learning from this chat is that the three of us may need therapy.
No, I'm doing pretty fine.
I'm kidding.
I'm
I'm kidding.
I think it's more like it's also yeah, I was saying I think it's also like what you value in life. Some people value like just the hedonistic pleasures and with other people surrounded by groups of people. They
hmm
want to live life through the motion and just indulge in as much dopamine rush as possible, while the other responsibilities are like they're just certain things that they have to keep up with in order to continue living that life without any negative consequences that will stop them from enjoying their hedonistic ways. And while other people they're like like you like Honor, you're like more a hustler, you're focused, you're hardworking, you're concentrated on the goals you want to achieve in life and how to better do it instead of like just indulging in the pleasures,
I
the
mean,
different kind of pleasures in that life
well,
offer.
the thing is like,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of those people that I know who do that, um,
Mm-hmm.
they always the thing they always say to me is, "It's a
Yeah.
balance." Just wake up the next day, just do the whole work after that. They treat it like kind of like high school where you
Yeah.
just don't really study it, then just do it all at the end of the very last second. I don't
Mm.
see college that way. College is like where you're really like if you're the type who need it, because some people say that you don't need college. But back on the other topic, I feel like the way I saw college was like when you're
Mm-hmm.
there, you're basically kind of it's kind of like a foundation for your future career, your potential future careers, or whatever
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
life skill that you're trying to build on. And I feel like why would you go there just to party? What's the point of going to college when you're just going to party instead? If that's your whole mindset, you're wasting thousands of dollars just to get high or just like go around like just when you're not learning a single thing. I don't. That's why I know. That's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
Like I mean, I don't. I'm not saying like I'm hating on them on that. I'm just saying like that's just in my opinion. I feel like that's just
Mm.
not the way to go when you go to college. You're there to learn, not to really party. Partying, yeah, it's fine, but like if that's your main priority, that's all you want to really mainly want to do, and just see college and see your homework it's just like a chore, like the way you see it in middle school and high school and before. You might
Mm.
as well not go to college. You might as well be an entrepreneur and do something else. That you
Entrepreneur.
can't if you can't learn in college, you don't want to do home. Yeah,
Mm.
you would just be self-employed as well, because you're not really
Mm.
doing anything in college. You're not learning in college. You're just partying and stuff. You might as well not go there. That's just how I see
I
it,
mean, I think that's
But
fair. Mm-hmm.
everyone's just the only thing I don't really care. But now I'm done with college. I don't have to worry about people do what they want. I don't care.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree with you on a lot of things you said there. It's just like, cause like, cause like I do agree that like college is a big investment, and if you're gonna do it, you better have a good reason. You better like actually take the time and care about like the
Be
education you're
motivated.
seeking.
Yeah,
Have a
yeah,
passion.
and you better
Mm.
freaking pass because it's better to get it done the
Correct.
first time and not have to repeat it. That's another few $1,000 wasted.
Oh yeah,
And also
and if you're
those kids, that like
international,
to party a lot and stuff like that, raves and everything.
if you're international
What do you
and
say?
you're out of state, the tuition is even more, like way more.
Yeah, that's
So if you're a
yeah, that's crazy.
Californian person, then yeah, you can't afford to like just fail a class or two for fun.
Oh god, yeah,
Yeah.
for fun.
For
I'll fail
fun.
fun. Yeah, yeah,
Fail
it's
for
all good fun.
fun.
Yeah, yeah, three months wasted. Yeah, for fun. Okay, yeah, but back on that, the kids. Yeah, but back on
Mm.
the kids on that,
Mm.
you know what scares me though is about those kids is that
Yeah.
a lot of those kids for some reason they tend to do very, very, very.
Very what?
I don't understand
Very well in
how
what? Sorry, you cut
very
out.
well academically. I don't understand very well. Like
Oh.
they're not behind. The grades are really good. A lot of them. I don't understand what it is. I don't know how that they could do all these things all this time, and then the last minute they do it, they get yeah, I got an A. Yeah, it was not too much work. Oh,
Are they in the
but I
same
was like, I'm still
majors?
hungover. For the party last night.
Are these people you're
No,
in your?
a lot of them are like a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, of course not. A lot of them are economic majors, business majors, theater majors. sometimes some of them
Wow.
doctors, some of them engineering. A lot of the
Jesus.
hardest shit, you know.
What the
And
fuck?
somehow they're doing well. I mean, some people say business is easy, but I'm saying just a lot of the math related stuff,
Yeah, like STEM,
or
STEM
any of the
majors.
ologists, yeah, that or any of the ologies, any of the ology related kind of
Ologies, yes, yes.
majors. It's just they just do so well. Yeah, psychology and
Hmm.
that stuff, psychology, biology, yada
Life,
yada.
life is
Yeah,
not
I don't
fair.
understand that, but that's
Life's not
impressive.
fair. Some
Yeah,
people
life's not fair, and
just,
then
some
like
people
compared to someone
understand
working
their.
working harder like me, I get like
Hmm.
average. You know,
I'm
but I think
sorry,
it's
bro.
like a trade off. You know, you could do well academically, but still be a dumbass. You know, it's like a trade off. You know, I work hard, but then I get like an average grade. But those people don't work hard, but they get like a really good grade. But then
Hmm.
in the thing is though, they don't know how to have respect for those who are not like them. Well,
Hmm.
oh fuck you then. Yeah, you don't care. You might have bleep me out on this one, but yeah, he, you know, it's
Don't
like a different
worry
thing. It's
about
like a trade off. You can't. I
it.
never really. It's not too often I see
Hmm.
people having both. Like they're very smart, but they're not like a jerk about it. And
Mm.
they're like there's sometimes people look to me for advice. You know, like I'm really humble. You know, I don't like I don't like making people feel like they're behind in life. You know, I want to bring that
Yeah,
with me.
yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
wherever I am in life, they want to get to. You know, so
Mm.
it's like a trade off. You have like you're either academic smart, book smart, right? You're the book smart
Mm.
or street smart. You know, I never is when but when you're both, partially me, it's even better because you know how to treat people right, but you also know how to treat yourself right. You know how to
Mm.
set like the correct path in life. You know you got to follow all the rules, and then you be set for life. You know it's not like I think I live your life as free as possible, but not in a way where you are being like
Mm-hmm.
being an inconvenience for other people. You know that's my thing. That's how I do it.
That's a good philosophy to have. Yeah, you treat yourself
Yeah,
well, and you also treat others around you good, and you build a community of trust and mutual trust and
yeah,
happiness. That's great. That's all. That's
yeah.
what I think I aim for. Is I also want a community of people who mutually benefit each other, support each other, and we enrich
Hmm.
each other's lives by being with each other. Like that's what I want. Okay, that's what I kind of I thought I that's what I always wanted, but it's hard to do because the pandemic has changed our world a lot in a way that there's a, we built an
It's weird. Yeah.
infrastructure. We built an infrastructure in a way that doesn't need physical connection anymore because technology allows us to communicate from wherever we are
Hmm.
in the world. This is how we're doing this podcast right now, and
I
because of
know. I
that,
mean,
yeah, we don't need to be near each other, but that physical connection and
well,
community is a lot more important than some people may think. At least that's how I feel.
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's true. I mean, that
Mm-hmm.
got TeamSpeak, Skype, Discord already, and all the other stuff. And
Mm.
but I think we grew more comfortable with not really making physical contact after like the pandemic started. I feel like
Mm.
if you look at the end of 2019 and then the
Mm.
beginning of 2020, like the first half, let's say the first half, it's like a
Mm.
whole different world. Everybody started wearing like pajamas to school, and then everyone's just like, oh, and then but then in 2019, the end of 2019, everyone was still like active. Everything was happening, you know. And after that, the world stopped. You know, it's weird, but I still
Mm.
physically mainly, you know, like I mean, call's great. This is great, you know. Like we could talk like you guys are in LA, and then I'm in SF, you know, and I think
Mm.
that's great. But I think like
It's great.
I think we kind of grew a bit too comfortable with just talking on the other side of the screen, and a lot of times that could come with like a lot of problems. You know, like cyberbullying, all that stuff. People saying stuff they don't
Yeah.
realize the consequences. You know, if they said that in real life, they don't realize how badly they will get hurt. You know,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
that's
Like
something I
social.
experienced too with like other people. You know, yeah,
Social interaction is now a skill that we needed less and
Mhm.
less, and I don't think that's a good thing. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know that
Oh,
mean,
especially in the film industry where it's all about connections.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
film connect. Yeah, everything is really important. Like you,
Mm-hmm.
if you just if this it's like one guy is not available to help you film, you always call another guy. That's why it's so important. The more people
Mm-hmm.
you know, the more it's better.
The
It's better.
better you do.
You can always ask another person to help.
You
You
can't be
know,
that this one
yeah.
artist that do it all by yourself, like this in your
Unless you're one of those
room.
those those indie people, those indie
Art.
people going to Sundance Festival and
Indie people.
cinema.
Even those
Those,
people,
those,
they need a group, a team. I don't think like anyone can
I know. I
actually.
mean, I'm talking about
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Some people, they do that like they just do different shots of just flowers or something.
Oh, experimental stuff. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so. Yeah. But like
I'm talking
art
about
should
those. Yeah,
be
I'm talking about those. Like I don't want to do that though.
art should be pro social. I think misanthropy has become too popularized. Like you guys know what that means.
I heard of it. I forgot what that
Basically, it
exactly
means
meant.
like you just hate humanity. You just like don't care about humanity.
Oh
You
no.
would rather they all die. All of humanity die. Like Philip, you know about
Yeah,
the
that's going very
about
popular for some reason.
you know about it, Philip.
I do not know about it. No.
But yeah, basically it's just.
I heard many people like,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
No, you
you
go.
know,
No, you
what were you
go,
gonna say?
Connor. No,
No,
you
just no,
go.
just saying that I heard like a lot of people say like, oh, what's the meaning of life and all that stuff. And, like, I just
Mm.
feel bad for those people. Like they just question everything about life. Like just live it.
Existential
Yeah.
crisis.
Nihilism.
Like
Yeah,
what am
that's
I?
more so
What's the meaning of
nihilism.
life? Yeah,
I feel like I
yeah, like
I
feel
wonder
like
if they do
probably
a film
misanthropy.
about an nihilist.
What do you say, Philip?
Oh, I think it would be interesting to do a film about a nihilist.
maybe.
Oh yeah, but I mean, yeah, I've seen Story Nihilist. It's pretty. It's like if you know Owlman, what's his name? Owlman from Batman villain.
From from the
He's basically
DC
that.
comics.
Yeah, he's basically
The
like that. He embodies nihilism, misanthropy, and
Oh,
all of that.
the
dang.
Crisis on Two Earths film is probably the one that you're thinking of.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
liked his final line. Like he's about to die, Batman beat him, but his final line was, "It doesn't matter." I like that actually. He was interesting.
Yeah, yeah. That basically that ideology. That's what he embodies. It's like nihilism and then misanthropy. But misanthropy is more like you hate humanity so much because of how flawed we are, and we want they just we want they misanthropy is they just want humanity to just die off because of that, and
In the
it becomes more popular because after COVID, like people has become less fond of other humans, where they have selfishness
Yeah,
has gone up, right? That mentality where like, oh, I
to
want to do this
comment
yeah.
versus them. What do you say,
to
Philip?
comment on your
Uh huh.
to comment on your Owlman comment about him being a nihilist. In the context, I mean, I haven't read any comics with him, but in the context of the movie, it was my understanding that he became a nihilist once he discovered the existence of the multiverse.
Oh
Like he
yeah, yeah.
realized
I
that
understand. I
his
understand.
existence didn't matter. Like he learned that he's just one of
Mm-hmm.
universes, and that's
I think. Mm-hmm.
I interpreted it as that was him realizing that his individual universe didn't matter
I think
in the grand scheme of
there's an
the multi.
irony. There's an ironic. There's a hint of irony to his actions and his plan too. I haven't watched the movie, but based on what I've seen, it seems that he still wanted to go to the Earth One or like the original Earth and destroy it because, well, for one, because
It would
it
destroy
would
everything else.
it would destroy everything else, and he feels like that's the only choice that actually matters. Because despite being a nihilist, at the end of the day, he does want something to matter. He does want this one action and this hope, and just hope for at least one action in life that he feels like truly matter and has an effect, and free will does exist to him, but he does fail at the end. Or I don't know. I
It
don't know.
doesn't.
It doesn't matter because he still fails to Batman because like I think I don't know I might need to watch the movie myself to make a informed judgment on it, but to me there's a little bit more to his to his demise that I want to explore more about it. But yeah, like you guys, man, humanity.
Humanity. Spider-Man, humanity.
All right, guys, man, this has been a great talk, guys. This has been a great podcast, right, guys? It's
Oh yeah,
Yeah, we talked about the menu and Owlman and whatnot.
yeah, it's crazy.
Katan, Katan, wait, Katan, you.
What's
I'm just
up?
curious now. Did you meet anyone yet? Now
Mm,
that's been over a year since we saw each other, and we've been talking about this all the time, debating about this stuff. I'm
mm.
curious how has that scene been for you
That scene has been nothing. The scene has
since
been
then?
zero. There's been no development. It's been
Double,
non-existent.
double, double.
None whatsoever. The scene doesn't even. There's no scene, basically.
Oh, man.
I.
Uh,
What about you? What
we
about
cut off.
you? I turned the table. Uno reverse
Uh,
card.
also, also,
No.
all right, non-existent as well. I mean,
So we're
there's this one girl.
yeah.
That girl.
Mm-hmm.
There is this one girl.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say who it is, and the thing is,
Yeah.
and I don't think she's gonna ever see the video. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it was this girl that we met in the
Mm-hmm.
because I think you were helping me film. Yeah, you were
Oh, I
helping me
know
film.
her.
Do you
I
remember
know
that
her. I
girl?
know her.
That was
Yeah, I know
angry?
her.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She was the only one that I
Mm.
thought was just the one because we
Mm-hmm.
talk so much. She's very nice. She's very considerate and everything. She always like she helps me. Like she even offered to like bring stuff up to me, like
Mm.
when I'm bringing like filming equipment over, like just heavy stuff up the stairs. I don't know. Like we just
Mm-hmm.
like we talk so much all the time. We both like Disney. We I don't know, just so many things. And I thought, man, she was the one. But then apparently I asked her
Uh-huh.
like 5 different times
Uh-huh.
last year, like last fall, and all the time she's busy. I understand that. Yes, I get. We all like she does like linguistics, right? So I know
Mm-mm.
like that's like very work dense. That's a work dense major,
Mm.
coding and stuff, right? So I understand that, but I think
Mm.
maybe at least she could have made at least at one point at all those times
Mm-hmm.
to like hang out. But I think it's like I kind of get the hint. I get the message. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not mad at her. I'm more mad at myself. Kind of like how I can't really pull anything off. But I
Mm.
think I think
Mm.
it's better that way that I was able to focus on my work more and not focus on someone
Yeah.
else's happiness. Focus on myself mainly. I think that's more
Mm-hmm.
important. But it
Mm.
also really struck me because the way we met, everything was just so perfect. We met in one of
Mm-hmm.
also lived in the college right across from mine.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But I think it's like I think it's just like it's not meant to be, and I think it's
Mm.
better that I focus on myself. And I feel like if we were ever in a relationship, I think I wouldn't have focused too much on myself. I would have been falling behind my work. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I think I'm just still kind of bummed out that I wasn't able to, you know, start
Yeah.
anything with her.
Yeah.
And now that I'm graduating and she's staying a year
Mm-hmm.
extra, it's just like whatever. Oh well.
Fuck!
But yeah, that's my situation.
Alone, alone again, alone
Listening
again.
to you guys is funny.
Well,
Philip,
Phil, how about you,
Philip is the
Philip?
only one with wrist here. He was like, "These fools,
Really?
these virgins."
No, it's not that I don't have riz. It's just that I don't look like what most boyfriends look like these days. That's not. It's not the riz. It's not. I don't need riz to get a girl. I just need to be
I
professional.
know.
The
I'm
way I
just
talk,
joking. I'm just using
honestly,
meme. I'm
that's
just
how it
using
works.
meme terms for
Yeah.
comedic
Hell
effect.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
man. Like for me, I just
Philip,
kind
how about you?
of yeah. Philip, what about you? What about the scene, Philip? Philip.
The scene,
Well, you guys
cinema.
say I have Riz, but
Uh-huh.
well, we all seem to be talking about things that it seems like we're concentrating on the what could have been, right?
No,
So
like what
no, not
has
really. What
anything
could have
happened?
been
Has anything
to it?
happened, Philip, with you in that regard?
mm,
Philip.
nothing that I will say. No, I'm just
Love
kidding.
it, guys.
No, just to not make you guys like feel bad. I'll talk about
Uh-huh.
something. Actually,
Uh-huh.
this can relate back to when we were talking about parties. I
Okay.
can
Yeah,
only think of
yeah.
one party that I went to,
When was that?
Mm,
and this was a rap party
mm,
during my first quarter on campus. And at this time, I hadn't met Katan or Kevin or any of the other, like, I didn't really have real friends at that point, right?
When was it? 2021, 2020?
It was, yeah, December
Uh-huh.
2021. It was a rap party for one of the films I had done for one of the film clubs here. I had a very small part in it, but I had nothing better to do. So I went, and, we all watched the final product. It was all right. And then people started drinking and smoking, and
Mm.
I don't partake.
Weed,
I'm not really into
weed,
that.
straight
Oh, I don't know.
edge.
I don't know. They were smoking
songs.
something.
Straight edge.
So,
Philip's straight
so
edge.
I went to go sit on this. I went to go sit on this couch, and three other people were sitting there. And you guys know me. I love dropping nerd references every other sentence, and was catching
Mm-hmm.
every single ref.
Mm-hmm.
I started talking to her more than the other two, to the point where it was just the two of us talking,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other two left. I still, yeah, and we were just talking. At the time, we were talking about Eternals and like No Way Home, which was about to come out. We talked for I think 2-3 hours,
Jeez.
and then eventually I looked at the time and I was like, oh crap.
Too much.
Oh.
But yeah, we exchanged numbers, and basically we would just text all the time, have nerd conversations. She became my first in-person college crush.
Dang.
Whoa. Okay.
And
Nice.
I did ask her out. I did ask her out
Mm,
like a month later, but at the time she didn't want to date anybody. So
mm.
it was less a rejection of me and more so just a rejection of dating in
If that's
general.
the
As far
truth,
as
if
I
that's
know,
the
she
truth
didn't.
she's saying. Yeah.
Well, I mean, as far as I know, she hasn't dated anybody. She's on, I think, her third year of college. She hasn't
Oh,
dated
okay,
anyone as
okay.
far as I know, and I
As
text
far
Cool.
as
her
you
all
know.
the time.
As far as you know.
As far
As
as
far
you
as you,
know.
Yeah, as far as I know.
as far as you know. As far as you know.
And as far as people that she knows who know other people that I'm friends with, as far as they know. So
That's cool.
Oh,
I
that's
mean, if she's
cool.
concentrating on college, good for her. Like I respect.
Yeah.
I told her that too. Like if you are concentrating on yourself and like your career, I can respect that. If you want to be just friends, like I'm good with that, and
Yeah.
we've just been good friends since. Anyway, the point I mentioned, the reason I bring her up specifically is because this past Thursday I hung out with her and basically said my goodbyes since I'm
Nice.
graduating.
Mm.
Probably won't see her again. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
So he still
I
left.
also confessed to
You
her
confess?
being my first college crush.
Oh,
You
wow.
confess
And how did
again?
that go?
How did that go?
Again?
How did it go? Like telling her that she was my
Yeah,
first
how did she
college
take it?
crush?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, like she smiled. She was, what do you
Or
call
you
it?
made it then.
Say what?
You made it then.
You made it.
Sure, I
You're
guess. I
That's a
mean,
good
you're
that's a
like
good sign.
you're
If
glowing.
I mean, like the conversation wasn't like awkward or anything.
good,
It
then
was
that
just
you made
like,
it.
yeah, she just like smiled. It was like,
Good.
like, what do you
Dude.
call it? Not like a word.
Was it
I'm thinking of a word
blush, isn't it?
similar to.
She
I'm
blushed.
thinking of a word similar to flattered, but not. All
I
right,
know what you
I don't know
mean.
what the word I'm
But like,
looking
hey,
for is.
that like, oh,
Philip,
then
you
they'll be like,
did
oh
it.
shit, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. You did. Yeah, me and Katan, we're freaking losers, and then you hear Phil like, I like you, and then it goes like, oh my, yeah, yeah, and then, like, but yeah, speaking of first crush, that girl like Katana I know, she was actually my first college crush as well. but there are some others. But then I think she's my like the one I thought of the most, and
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
and
Oh,
also you know, and actually the funny thing is that she's like the interesting thing is that she's also my second ever only crush, like actual crush in my whole life.
in
You know,
your
this
whole
and just
life, your whole entire
yes, my whole life.
life.
I only had two. Yeah, because I don't like of course there are people I think she looks good, but then there are people who I just can't stop thinking about. You know, like as a person. You know what I mean?
yeah, the
She's the
fun
only
Yeah,
second.
yeah.
people.
She's the only second person because the only other people I know they're already taken, but she's the only one that I don't know if she's taken or not. I always think I thought about the most. You know, but whatever. You know, I'm out of
No,
here. Can't do
I
anything.
get it.
Yeah,
There's people that you're interested in, and then there's people that you're like have an
You're
legitimate
attracted to.
connection and crush
Yeah.
on.
yeah.
For me, I've had a in college. I think I've had how many crush? I forgot. One. Yeah, one. I think it's one, man.
One.
One.
I think in my time here, I had 3
Do we know?
legitimate crushes.
Wow,
Okay,
that's a lot.
that's cool.
If
Yeah, although two of them I couldn't really do anything about.
alone again,
Well, look.
alone
You know the funny thing is that
again.
let's see. Let me count. That's interesting. Wait, let me count now because I think it's my turn. Let's see here. Besides that girl, that's one, right? And then
Yeah.
there's two, there's three,
It's
I
and
was
then
right. You need therapy.
there's three, and then let's see. I think there's
Four,
four.
five,
I
five.
kind of
All of
love that
them in
this
which
keeps
they were
turning to
taken. The
like a
three were
gossip,
taken.
This is the
gossip
craziest. This is the
conversation.
All,
craziest
all,
episode we have ever done.
all three of them were taken. But then it's like, but
Mm.
that other girl that Katan and I know is just like she's the only one. I'm not sure.
I
Hmm.
have one crush. She started dating my friend. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. In
and then what were you?
yeah, he's a friend that you both know very well. He has
Oh,
he's a
mm.
ponytail
Oh.
sometimes.
Well, speaking of that, when you talk about your little
We
competition, you
won't
guys feel
name
comfortable.
names. We won't name names, but
Okay,
I know who you're
Okay.
talking about.
but all
Mm.
right. Speaking of that, though, would you guys be comfortable talking about your little fake ass
Little.
competition that you guys had last year? Philip and I were talking about it
Sure,
the other
because I didn't take it seriously.
Oh yeah.
I just
Oh,
wanted to
I
mess
don't.
with
What was the
Katan.
competition?
day.
What was competition?
Uh,
What?
And then I
okay,
ate
the
her face.
competition that
Mm.
Honor is talking about was like, okay, we're both gonna try and get together with this girl and basically see who wins. And on my end, if I won, then Katan had to watch Battlestar Galactica from the early 2000s, and
Yeah.
I think he said that I had to watch 3 specific anime that he gave me a list of.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I
And
remember.
I am unsure if Katan took
Mm.
the challenge seriously, but I just went along with it because
No,
I
no,
was
no, no,
like,
no. It's just a
yeah, I'll
bet.
mess with Katan. I mean,
No, no,
I didn't do anything
no,
to
no, no, no.
It
win.
sounds
No, Philip.
serious because I was
No,
like,
Philip.
I didn't care.
No, Philip. No, that's not how the
What's
bet
up?
went. Okay, so that's not what the bet is.
Oh, what was
It
it?
was a bet. It wasn't a competition. It was actually a
Oh, it
bet.
was a bet.
So in the bet,
yeah,
I
same
Oh,
thing.
no, it's not. Okay, so okay, basically,
Close
I bet that the girl would fall in love with Philip, and then
enough.
Philip is like, nah, man, won't happen. And then we made a bet. Actually, no, did we bet the opposite? Oh no, Philip made a bet that she would fall for for him, and then I bet that she won't. And then if yeah, like the punishment is still the same. If I lose, I need to watch this, and if Philip lose, he needs to watch those. And
I remember
it didn't go anywhere.
you guys kept texting.
It's just a
Yeah, you
bet.
guys
yeah,
kept
it didn't
texting
go
each other
anywhere
on and on.
because you never made a
I bet you
move,
fell
and
in
I
love with
was
me.
never going to because
Wait,
I
I wasn't
didn't
Philip.
care. It was just
Philip, I wasn't
entertainment.
involved. Philip, listen. I'm not involved. I'm not involved in the bet. The bet was that it's either she falls for you or she doesn't. That's it. I'm not involved in the bet, like in the terms.
Oh, well, then I
Mhm.
completely misread it. But either way, I wasn't going to do anything.
Yeah,
It
and
was
then
clearly evident the first time I
I
hung out
just
with you guys
agreed
that
to
I
it to mess
knew
with you.
they were together, like I wouldn't try to do anything.
To
Yeah.
everybody listening, that was probably one of the craziest things I'd ever done in college, if not the craziest thing. I wasn't wild in college. Maybe I should have been, but I wasn't.
Actually, it wasn't a real. I actually didn't take it seriously either, cause I just said it out loud for fun, and then Philip was like, you know what, let's just do it. And then I was like, okay, what? I don't.
I think the craziest thing I ever did in college was some of the behind the scenes on these films. Like a movie, I threw myself down a hill.
Oh yeah, I like that. I saw that. I remember
yeah,
that. I remember that.
Yeah. But yeah, guys. Anyway, guys. I guess we should start to wrap things up. Now the podcast is gone.
Yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think I should ask out what's their name again?
Ooh.
Probably not. I made the promise not to put her in a situation where she had to say no.
If you feel it's right, maybe, but like just try to word it in a way is like give her a choice. Honestly, don't really force her. Don't do it in a way where it's like she would feel bad if she did not decline.
I know how to ask out people.
I know.
Although if I wanted to be weird about it, I would be
Honor,
like, "Hey, can I hang out with your dad?
I know you. I know this one.
It'd be like pulling like a Mordecai in Romeo. I was wondering if obviously you don't have
Mordecai.
Mordecai.
I love Mordecai.
Not Mordecai.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I am just. Other than that one instant where I asked her out, I did not prioritize having a relationship. Like that was the one and only time I asked someone out in college.
Yeah.
Before and after, I never like thought of asking anyone else. I was there to make films. I made films, and I want to keep making films. Okay. If someone else comes along or returns to my life, and I think, hey, I should maybe ask him out, I'll try. Yes or no? I'm gonna keep making films. I am an artist. Please God forgive me. I am
an artist. Guys. Please thank you so much for coming to
an episode right now.
Thank you so much, guys, for coming and listening. Hopefully you guys catch up in the next episode of the podcast. I don't know how many we have done.
Oh my God, there's gonna be 5 of these. We're so pretentious.
I know.
I'm gonna be in the next one. I could be in the next one.
Yeah, we can actually do this again. This is fun. This is crazy. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
If this turns into a gossip page,
subscribe.
You almost said her name.